Man, one of the craziest rumors from the drill scene in Chicago is a story of NLMB MAD MAXX, G Herbo's associate, the Black Peace Stone version of King Von, some say. This guy basically has a crazy lore and backstory about him that basically includes him apparently snitching on someone else on his deathbed before he died a month after getting shot, man.
When you saw Rel with the hoodie up, what did you do?
It's one of the craziest stories that I've ever seen, and it turns out that there's actual footage that leaked from that whole situation, man. We gotta talk about the whole story of Mad Maxx, one of the Chicago's most legendary shooters, the Black John Wick. It's not a good thing to be like this, but his whole story is definitely crazy, and a lot of different things that have to do with the ongoing legend that is the Chicago drill scene, man. We gotta get into this situation right now, but before we do, I'm gonna need you to like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna run into this video, man. Make sure y'all check out the merch link in the description at StaySafeWorld.com. You already know what's going on, man.
Thought about seeing that woman, the man at the gate.
I didn't think she was alive, but she wanted. But when I said that dude, damn, yeah, I'm windy and shit.
Okay, so you didn't think it was odd to see the woman, but then you looked and saw, oh, Rel was there and he had a hoodie on. Mm-hmm. Was Rel, sorry, is that yes? Yeah. Was Rel's hoodie up or was it down? And when you saw Rel with the hoodie up, what did you do? So you turned, you ran, and you tried to run into the building? And were you able to run into the building? What happened as you tried to run into the building?
Shot 4 times, he made me collapse.
And were you able to see what type of, when you say he shot, who shot? Terrell.
It's about the story of Mad Maxx, also known as C Money. He's basically a Black Peace Stone from G Herbo's neighborhood in the south side of Chicago, sort of separate from the whole regular neighborhood that everyone knows Chicago for, O Block. This is a whole different generation, a whole different group of people further away, still repping GDK, but their group called the Black Peace Stones, basically G Herbo, Cairo, and Lil Bibby are like the biggest people that sort of came out of this area. This is the same clique that Juice WRLD was repping before he died, when he was dropping GDK, stuff like that, man. It's basically a crazy ass story. I mean, there's a whole background story that you could basically talk about if you really want to talk about this story and their ongoing beef of like KTS Dre and his brother that culminated in KTS Dre basically getting shot 64 times after getting out of jail in Chicago. But that whole beef has basically been documented pretty extensively by a lot of people. But this story of Mad Maxx is honestly one of the craziest stories that we've ever really seen, because this is the first time that we've ever seen a straight shooter who basically got murked in the way that he was murking people, because he allegedly has like 5 or 6 bodies on some crazy serial killer shit. But he basically ended up going out super sad, getting shot, and then killed. But he didn't die immediately. He was on his deathbed, and apparently it was like urban lore that he went and snitched on a whole bunch of people and snitched on the person that actually did it. But it was never really confirmed until now. And somehow leaked footage basically came out with the police department basically at his deathbed asking him who did it. And it ended up with none other than his op that hit him getting arrested for a murder charge. I mean, the story really starts all the way further back when these dudes really got involved in this whole situation. But his story of his downfall really comes from his op that actually got him dead, probably for like his alleged killings of Bud from Lakeside, Lolo from Lakeside, and a whole bunch of other people that apparently had some type of connection to this guy. But basically on August 3rd, 2018, he was attacked by Hell Rel, which is a Lakeside member, and Max was basically shot multiple times after leaving an apartment building on the corner of 76th and Kingston. He would pass away from his injuries a month later. However, on September 3rd, 2018, before passing away, Max allegedly told investigators that he was hit by Hell Rel. Since then, Hell Rel was arrested and initially charged with attempted murder, which was upgraded to murder after Max's death. in death, Max has been dissed heavily by his ops, you know, everyone that basically he had some effect on them by catching bodies against them, and they basically called him a snitch. And for the first time ever, we basically see the footage that went down, and it's honestly a crazy video. Like, bro was down bad in the hospital, and the thing is, like, people were pointing out the fact that the cops were pointing at, like, and using the whole fact that he was heavily medicated to try to talk to him, you know, like, bro wasn't even on this planet when they were like talking to him, especially learning afterwards that he died. It's just crazy that he was even able to give out words to say anything, you know. And it kind of just shows like what people are like at the last seconds of their lives, you know. Some people are on some shit, probably just like, whatever, man, I'm gonna die either way. I mean, I don't know if he thought he was going to live after that, but, you know, obviously he probably thought that it was going to be a wrap. That's why he kind of just did that. But then on the other hand, you got, like, people that are going to probably keep it solid till they die, you know. There's a lot of people that obviously kept it solid because there's so many unsolved murders and stuff within Chicago. But it's just crazy that this was like an urban legend, that people thought that he was the one that actually snitched on Hell Rel. And, you know, apparently it turns out that he did give some type of information and stuff. I don't really know if it's going to change anything. Bro was literally heavily medicated, and the officers were trying to get him to say everything. Like, you really think that someone at the end of their deathbed is going to really know what's going on, man? I wouldn't really say that it's 100% like that they would really know what's going on like that. But, you know, to each his own. At the end of the day, this is a whole bunch of gang stuff, and there's no honor amongst thieves. And it's no reason to actually live your life like that. You know, you don't really see anyone really succeeding. Only people you saw really succeeding in that whole situation is people that sort of left their area and weren't a part of this. Like G Herbo, Lil Bibby, all them. They ended up succeeding because they weren't a part of this part of stuff. But, you know, the people that were still in Chicago fighting and doing these type of situations and staying in there, fighting in the trenches, those are the people that ended up being urban legends for their deaths or getting shot or all types of stuff, man. But it's a crazy situation, man. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this whole situation, man. Real say shit. You already know what's going on, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Peace.